Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw here in Budapest, and we're here at the ASTA Global River Cruise Expo, the second annual River Cruise Expo that ASTA has held. And I'm here with, for some of you, a familiar face. And we've actually interviewed her before for this. It's Jen Halbeth, who is the CEO of Riverside Luxury Cruises. Now, what's Riverside Luxury? Well, it's really an instant brand new cruise, a river cruise company in the luxury field. And we're here aboard the Riverside Mozart. And we're going to get into that in a second, and you'll find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Jan, first of all, we interviewed when you first became CEO, and here we are just a few months later, and on the ship, and we're on the Riverside Mozart, and it is on the famed Mozart that many of you may have known as the Crystal Mozart, but the company, the Riverside, the company bought Mozart, and then we're going to talk about the other ships you bought, and suddenly you have a fleet of literally 5 ships, right?
Yes, it happened very fast.
Very fast. And you were in. For those of you who remember, Jen was part of Globus and also Avalon Waterways, so she's a little familiar with the river cruise industry, I think, right?
A little bit, yes. And of course, Budapest is a magical city to do the expo at, so we're all really excited to be here.
Well, the other thing that you did is you rechristened this ship just literally yesterday, and tell us a little bit about that christening and who was the godmother.
Yeah, so Tiffany Hines was the godmother, owner of Global Escapes out of Athens, Georgia, ASTA board member. She's with the Signature Consortia. I decided that I really wanted to debut Riverside at the ASTA River Cruise Expo. This was planned. I knew that this would be the place to get one-to-many, right? I mean, we could go one-to-one to advisors or do webinars, but we knew without having sailed before, people needed to come and touch and feel and see, experience the service, see the ship, meet our team. Mm-hmm. And then we planned a surprise christening. So
there was a surprise, and I walked down there. It was an instant christening, and so we had this great christening on one of the last nights. I think this is the last night of the ASTA River Cruise Con, and it was great to make your debut as a company here. And you were on a lot of panels. You've been, hosting events and hosting parties and dinners, and I had a nice lunch over here. It's been great. Yeah,
well, and the surprise christening, the reason for that is, one, I wanted to showcase ASTA. That's why I selected Tiffany, and she just really personifies really what this industry needs. I mean, she's such a champion for her advisors, for her peers, for ASTA, for the industry, and that's why we chose her, and she's so authentic, and that's really what we're trying to strike with Riverside as well. Also, I knew that, we've all been in the industry a long time, and so few advisors have ever been to a christening. So I got in the lounge, and when I asked the question, how many of you have ever been to a christening before? Only a handful of hands went up.
That's great.
And I was like, okay, well, now you're going to be able to say that you did. And so it was really about celebrating the advisor as well.
No, it was a great event, and really a great way to kick off your new company and this renewed ship, which is it's an older ship that's been refurbished completely. If you remember, Crystal took it, and now Riverside's taken it again and really upgraded everything. It feels like a brand new ship.
It does, and we've definitely been paying attention a lot to the advisor input, and what we heard a lot is it doesn't really have the curb appeal, so it kind of under promises, but when they walk in, it over delivers. And I literally, my team and I were here a couple days ago giving tours for 3.5 hours straight. 4 of us, we went constant. And I would come around a corner, and I swear people's face would be like, and I was like, yes, the ship is that beautiful and that unique on the river.
No, it is very, very beautiful ship. It's got great space. It's a little, we're kind of used to the sort of standard, and you know it very well, having been at Avalon. They're all wonderful ships, and you kind of, you're going to have a lounge, you're going to have a restaurant, you're going to have cabins, and maybe a few special things. And see, this one has a lot of special things walking around, right?
Well, yeah, and again, we and Crystal did a great job. It really is so design forward, and that's what I love about it. personally, and I think when you want to attract the luxury traveler, because I do believe that the luxury traveler is underrepresented within the river cruise space, this is the ship to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely a luxury ship, and here they have a full spa and a pool. I mean, I still thought when I first saw it, years ago, and now you've refreshed all that, and it really looks beautiful.
Well, where we really did the extra touches, because again, they did a great job, and she didn't sail for that long, but we're utilizing the sky deck, the Vista deck more. Crystal didn't really utilize it, didn't really encourage people to go up there. We got 2 green eggs up there, and we're going to be doing grill lunch.
I saw that. I was like,
yeah, that's very cool. And the pop-up bar, we redid all the furniture up there. We added some pop of color and really made it feel a little more contemporary. So, because again, we really do want to appeal to a younger river cruiser. I really want Riverside to appeal to people in their 40s who want to try their first river cruise. Affluent, of course, and I really want to own the affluent multi-gen client, because I really believe the Riverside can deliver for them.
And I do think you're right. Now, and the other thing about there's some beautifully reappointed cabins. When I stayed here, it was amazing cabins, and some of the cabins are lower down, but you know what? You've done a great job with them. They look beautiful, and they're actually spacious. I was fully prepared they'd be small, but they're not.
No, because it is a different configuration, and so the windows, even in the category below, lets in a lot of light. I mean, we're sitting here right now in the lounge, and there's skylights, all this natural light throughout the ship combined with the beautiful design. It just feels so open. Literally, so many advisors said, I forget that I'm on a ship. They literally feel like they're in a hotel.
It is much more boutique hotel, which is incredible. Now, who's behind Riverside Luxury? We had this discussion before, but I think a lot of people say, it's like a German hotel company, I think, right?
Great segue, hotels, yes. So Seaside Collection is a family company, the Gerlachs. Theo Gerlach started it in 1975. His son, Gregor, and his daughter, Anushka, who was here for the christening and represented the family, and she did an amazing job. They run 11 luxury hotels, mostly in Europe, but then they have one, the Honolulu, in the Maldives.
Well, I finally saw the Maldives. I mean, these are amazing properties. The Maldives property looks amazing if you go on it. And I was like, who are these people? And I'm like, and now they just decided, we'd like to get into river cruising, right?
Yeah, they did. And because they really did see alignment between the luxury traveler who picks a really nice hotel, wanting to come on a really beautiful ship, but sail down the river and go to different cities every day. And, speaking of the Honolulu, I mean, they're doing things like, you'll see that the spa here is renamed the Fahey Spa. The spa in the Honolulu in the Maldives is the Fahey Spa. Right. And we are doing cross-training. So when people come on and get a massage or do spa services here, it is trained spa professionals that are doing it.
That's amazing. Yeah, no, and those are, and obviously in the Maldives they have some amazing spas. So I was just in the Maldives for the first time last summer, and spa's the big thing here, and so you'll get it here too. Now, one of the things is when you first became CEO, you just had the Mozart, and then a few months later, you had the other four former Crystal ships that were brand new, really hadn't sailed that long, and I think you've kept the names too, if I remember. But talk about those, and how did that happen that you just acquired the rest of what had been the Crystal fleet?
Yeah, well, actually, the owner was working on it immediately. It was always the intent to have them all, but as you know, these things can take time with financing and everything. So, it really was just, we had to wait until it happened. And so when it happened, it was like, oh my gosh. And now it's like, we've only taken possession of these ships 8 weeks ago, right? And we're going to kind of roll them out. We're going to get the Ravel is going to start on the Rhone the third week of May.
So that is now the Riverside Ravel.
I like it. I love alliteration.
Yeah, so it's going to start when?
Third week of May.
Okay, and what about the other three?
Then the Debussy is going to be coming on early summer and do Netherlands and Rhine area, and then next year we will bring the Bach on, and then we're just going to keep it fluid. That's how you do it on the river, right?
Absolutely. You got to let it flow. Rolling on the river. So let's keep going those alliterations. So anyway, so this ship really is on the Danube because it really can't go anywhere else. It's the biggest one. And I believe you said to me Ravel is also going to be on the Danube or not?
No, Ravel is going to be on the Rhone and Debussy will be on the Rhine.
Oh, so you got but
Yes.
you're going to be covering all the rivers.
We're trying. I mean, and we don't have total coverage, but we're a new brand. So the idea is to get the brand right. And I really want to thank all the advisors, and they've been giving great feedback. And, we want the critical feedback. It's the only way to get better. And that's another reason I wanted to really debut at the ASTA. It would have taken us a whole year of sailing to get the feedback that we're getting from advisors in 4 days.
You got 600 plus here, and although a lot of them have actually the first time on the rivers.
Yes, and that's what I think is so impressive about this event, that so many first-time people saying to me, I'm going to start focusing on river. I've never sold my first river cruise, and it just shows us the immense potential for this category.
Right. Now, so you're going to have pretty much this year. You'll have a total of 3 ships on the rivers within those. What kind of itineraries? I assume you still have some room available, or not?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they shared it that a lot of the other lines shared that they're kind of sold out for Christmas markets, because we are late to the selling game for 23, right? I mean, the other lines have been selling for a year and a half plus. We have availability on Christmas markets. Okay. And if you can imagine being on this amazing ship, this magical ship, and then doing Christmas markets, I mean, it's like delight when you're on, delight when you're off.
And it is amazing. I've done the Christmas markets before, and they are amazing. I love Vienna Christmas markets are amazing, but every town on the river has a Christmas market. And then you're going to have, so really you came on board, and I think, were you always aware that they wanted all 5 ships?
I was.
Okay.
Because it would be a hard proposition to leave a really established river cruise that I adored working for to go just sell one ship, right? Like, that's not, I love this category. I want us to have growth. I want to bring new people into the category. I don't think the industry wins or an advisor wins if we just, if someone loves another line, they're on the right line. We want to attract new people into the category, and we think that we can.
Well, that's it. I mean, the river cruising, there's a lot of competitors in the market, but there really is enough for everybody, and it's really a wonderful category, really profitable category for travel advisors. Almost all the river companies are really working through sell-through travel advisors, right?
Yes, and that is our strategy at Riverside. They were a European hotel company, but they recognized if you want to be a serious player in the river cruise category, you need to own the U.S. travel distribution. That has got to be your focus. It is our focus. And so that's why we're here, and that's where we're focusing. And we're focusing on that frontline luxury travel advisor who has luxury clients.
Now, we go out to about 112,000 travel advisors right now. Anything else you want to tell them about Riverside luxury cruising, river cruising, and all this? It's been wonderful to see as you've grown, and here we are, and you're pretty much your big splashes here, right?
Yeah, no, everyone's saying you guys have created a lot of buzz, and but we're paying 21% commission this year because
that's a good one.
It is a good one. Our base commission is 18, but to thank the advisors that get on board early with us, we're going to pay a bonus of 3%. So sell Riverside, earn 21%. And I got applause with that when I mentioned it in the workshop. So I think
I wonder why. No?
Yeah. So, that's it. I got our sales directors are here. Michelle Suarez, she's on the East Coast.
I had a little conversation with her.
Yep. And then Carolyn Scaris, she is our Central. And then Kelly Brown is on the West. And also wanted them here so they could meet the advisors. While we want to deliver personalized service for the guests on board, we also want to give personalized service to our partners. Right. We want to work with the advisors the way they want to be worked with, do the tactics that they want to do. And we don't have a lot of stuff right now. We don't have a lot of marketing. We're still working on our websites and stuff, but we have a beautiful product.
You absolutely do. And Jen, congratulations once again. When we talked, you had just become CEO, and I just found out about it. And so we talked about the whole strategy, but we didn't know they were going to buy the other 4 ships. Jen knew, I didn't. And then they bought it, and really it's just great to see you here and making a big splash, as I said, here at the ASTA Global River Cruise Expo.
Yeah, and I want to thank you, James, for that early interview. Yeah, that was really sweet of you, and you really put a little spotlight on us early, and that matters because I know you reach a lot of advisors, so thank you.
Well, thank you, and thank you. I had a wonderful lunch here the other day. We were having a little party last night with ABBA.
A little ABBA tribute band. They were good. They were good.
and we had a good time. But again, it's wonderful to see you here, and we're looking forward to even more stuff from you to come.
Yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.